we go. What is going on, Cover One crew? Welcome back to the show. Hope everybody is good. Today is an exciting day for me because I'm going to break down my guy, TreVeyon Henderson, on the scouting report, the Ohio State Buckeyes. I'm a huge fan, huge supporter, and I will die on this hill. I'm an absolute big-time believer that TreVeyon is going to be one of these dudes in the NFL that everybody's going to say we undervalued him. I think he's so damn good, so much quality, so much ability, and he will rival the top-end guys coming out of this draft class that is loaded, as he was, potentially the top running back 2 years ago to come out of the draft, and he went back to school to win that natty. We love me some TreVeyon Henderson, so let's talk grade score, pros, cons for TreVeyon Henderson, running back, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For running backs of this skill set that TreVeyon does possess, a lot of people want to bring it down and say, no, he's got these. He's not a true three-down back, etc., etc. We had these same discussions with the Jahmyr Gibbs, and look where he went in the NFL draft. A lot of people criticized and cussed down those Detroit Lions for taking him where they did, and look where Gibby is today. Not saying TreVeyon is identical to a Gibby, but there is a lot of things to like about this man, and I'm telling you, I'm smitten, man. I'm a big fan. He is definitely one of my guys, quote-unquote. Let's talk about those measurables for this young man. 5'10", 205. He is 22 years of age. 47 contests for 590, 3761 in rushing yards. A beautiful 6.4 on the average. 42 rushing TDs. He adds 77 receptions for 853, 11.1 on the receiving yards per catch, and a receiving TD of 6 on his collegiate career. Like I said, a stat line definitely can be there. Only 590 attempts, and look at all that productivity that this man did possess. He is definitely a good one. There are some concerns like every other player, and I will definitely touch on all of it, but for some pros, he is loaded up with some pro ability. Playmaker, baby. That's what we got to talk about first and foremost. He is a good athlete, and the body frame is good enough. A lot of people saying, oh, he's undersized in terms of weight. Man, he's 205, y'all. At 5'10", his stature is just fine. He's going to add, even if he does add another 5 pounds, 5 to 8 pounds of muscle mass, you're going to understand what this man is capable of in the NFL. He is just sheer on a playmaker. You put the ball in his hands, he is, legitimately likely to take a house call at any given moment. He is that good. Just like how we see with a Jahmyr Gibbs, who's got that ability to, change the game in a heartbeat. TreVeyon Henderson is definitely one of these cats as well. Fantastic tape speed. He is one of these fluid runners, man. Once he gets off to the races, he is gonzo. I will caveat that with saying this past year, you did see a little bit of a regression in terms of that home run ability, where you go to his freshman tape, it was lightning in a bottle. He still is extremely fast. Yes, I understand he ran a 4.4 at the combine. Perfectly fine for speed-wise, especially at his stature, 205. Plus, it's just not a problem whatsoever. He can pull away from guys. He's got multiple gears. Burst, acceleration, top-end wheels, definitely pluses for TreVeyon. He will not disappoint in this sense. You put the ball in his hands, whether it is in the pass game on the screens, whether it is in the run game to the outside, he will make the attempt to get down the field with those speeds. He's got top-end home run wheels. He is that home run hitter you're looking for. Like I said, multiple gears, gear up, gear down, has the ability to, with the stop, start, go wheels. It's definitely here for TreVeyon Henderson. This is part of his game that makes him so special. You cannot coach this type of ability. You guys know this, and having multiple gears definitely is showcased all over his film. Vision, patience is good. It is not great. It's definitely a work in progress still for me. Patience is okay. You see him at times running into the back of his, offensive lineman, so he is so keyed in on where he's supposed to go. He needs to definitely round that out, man. Understand where your cutback lanes are a little bit more. It's good. It's just not great. So I'm just going to caveat that it is a pro, but it will also be a con for me. Hands are very good. Natural hand catcher, and he is a plus playmaker in the pass game. You put the ball in this man's hands, he is definitely going to make a play. He's going to make people miss in the open field. He does have that nice, full go speed, lean to the side, make guys miss type of ability. You absolutely love it. He's got some hurdle to his game, some spin, break tackle. He can lower lower that shoulder. It is there. He does have a nice stiff arm also. Maybe not Genty-style stiff arm and break tackle, but he definitely can make guys pay if they do initiate contact trying to take him down. He will break tackles. He will lower the shoulder, and he will stiff arm you right in that face mask. Spins, hurdles, change of direction. Like I said, the lean cut and then the burst around, very good. He will make a lot of y'all pay. Make a lot of them pay, I should say. His game is definitely predicated upon speed, and you will see this. He is very good in this respect. You want to play made, you call on a Trey, and he will make a Trey day all day long. Pass pro, this is where I believe Trey separates himself from the pack. We know Ohio State running backs got to be very good in pass pro. TreVeyon Henderson, to me, might be the best in this entire class. He is legitimately laying out guys, would-be blitzers, and his ability to locate the blitzer coming at his quarterback is top end. You will see this. This is another reason why I would say I could easily put him above a Genty, because he is this guy. You want him on third downs protecting your quarterback? He's got you covered, and Genty is that good. What was the biggest thing about Zeke Elliott coming out of college? His ability to pass pro. TreVeyon Henderson has this down to a science, and he will definitely be no liability in the pass pro game. Best in class for me. I love how he does it. He is definitely coached up in the correct way, and he's willing to be a pass pro blocker. Love this about his game. 0 fumbles in his college football career. You're looking for something to be positive on? Ball security, baby. He knows what to do, how to do it. He didn't lose any fumbles, man. This is what you want from this man. Or I believe it was 3 years. I might be wrong on that one. In the last 3 years, he might have had one in his freshman year. So check me on that. If I'm wrong, I'll definitely change that. But I believe it's the last 3 or 4 years that he did have no fumbles. But either way, okay, he has not fumbled in a very long time. And he showcases definite ball security that you're looking for. High character personality. You want a guy that's about the team. You want a guy that's heart. You want a guy that wants to win. You want a guy that called upon, he's going to make plays. Trey's your guy. The locker room absolutely loves him. Coaching staff loves him. He will be an absolute gem on anybody's team and be that locker room presence you're looking for. Leadership capabilities, definitely in a TreVeyon Henderson. Game changer, baby. 7.1 on the yards per carry in 2024. And okay, this might be a stretch. He's got some Saquon in him. I'm telling y'all, man, you can cuss all you want. It's the run style, not necessarily how Saquon is, overall with the ability that Saquon has, because Trey doesn't have everything Saquon has. But when you see him run on the field, the running upside, the way his shoulder pads even sit on him, he looks like a baby Saquon out there. Not going to go as far to say that he's Saquon Barkley, but there is some similarities in his running style that I do love and can say it's Saquon-esque. But for some cons, he missed time due to injury. That's the biggest problem. Volume was a little too heavy for him, and I think that's what a lot of people are scared off when it comes to TreVeyon. Dealt with some, 2 years of, nagging injuries. I believe it was the knee, the ankle, the hamstrings. So you got to understand, especially with guys that utilize speed, soft tissue injuries are going to be a problem eventually in your career, especially when you start to lose some of that speed, that elite wheels and ability. The injuries do start to pile up. Is volume a concern? Yes, it's a legitimate question. And what we got to see, I think he can be a true 3-down running back. We see guys like a James Cook who does 210 carries, maybe 250 touches overall in a season with, rushing and receiving. That could be TreVeyon without question, and he could be highly reliable, highly effective. We see a similar like set with a Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's one guy. Yes, when David Montgomery went down, his volume increased, substantially. And that could be TreVeyon as well. He can handle the workload. He showed he could handle the workload, but it did come with injuries, so that's why they brought in a Judkins. That's one of these things that I think a lot of scouts are saying and questioning. Can we trust him as the reliable 3-down back? I can. I'm okay with it, but the injuries definitely got to be there. He did have the bounce back in 2024, but it was in a tandem backfield with a Q. Judkins, man, more attention to detail for the juke and shake. I want to see a little bit more of it. I want to see more dedication to that craft where your speed, unbelievable speed. Be a little bit more shifty, try to, and I don't think he's tight-hipped whatsoever. Very fluid runner, so I do think it is there. Just want to see him, add more, dedication to that part of his game, I guess, and he will be that much more dangerous. So a little bit more detail in that, that can be trained and schooled up because he does have good athletic ability. Overall patience, lane awareness definitely needs refinement. Like I said, he can run into the back of his lineman. He misses his holes from time to time, and that is a concern. You want a guy with good vision, but again, that can be schooled up. That can be taught. Awareness in some guys, it takes a little bit more than others, but I think with how Trey is very much a high football IQ guy, this should not be a problem in the pros. Finding those cutback lanes, with more precision, I think is a big one for him. If again, it comes with the vision aspect. When the hole does, he's so focused on going to that hole that he doesn't see where the other holes are opening up. So definitely needs a little bit more attention to detail in that. And again, it's an awareness trait. If he can find it, they tell him, you're going this way. Film study will be absolutely key for this man in this respect. And I do believe he will find it. TreVeyon is too damn smart to not understand this and then, apply it on the field. He can be a 3-down back, or is he a tandem running back only? That is another question, like I'm saying. So this is why it'll drop. Similar to like a guy like James Cook, where a lot of people said he's got no vision, can't run through the holes. How did he do last year? Man, TreVeyon is definitely going to be one of these guys that I think a tandem backfield would be great for him. But like we saw this past year at Ohio State for the Natty. But I'm telling you, I think he can be a standalone running back if called upon. Either way, you're getting an absolute, big-time playmaker. 3-down back appeal definitely is here. He's got so many skills that you can't coach, which is why I believe that his grade score did have as high as it did for me. But for those grading purposes, like I'm saying, scored so high for me for everything that he does. He is extremely talented, and I think a little bit slept on by the masses. 81.8%. He does score so good for what he does, for things you can't coach up, and the things that you can coach, he should be able to at least exceed that, barring any injuries. So for me, there wasn't a heaping of cons that I'm, very much fearful of, but injuries, and can he be a 3-down back and take a lot of volume? I still think he's going to be that playmaker in the pros that we all covet and look for. He's a gem, one of my guys. Love me some TreVeyon Henderson. So there you have it. That is TreVeyon Henderson, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Very interested to see where he's going to go in the NFL draft. Could be a late first round commodity, likely day 2 pick on round 2. But either way, he's going to give instant dividends to whoever takes him because he is a true playmaker. But nevertheless, as always, don't forget to hit that like button and that subscribe button. Jump in those comments. Give me your thoughts. And we'll see you next time. I am out.